Loving yourself is not actually a doing or a thinking that you are great at something or a trying to be good at something. If you've ever wondered what it means to truly love yourself and how that actually looks, then this video is for you. Hey, I am Carolina Cummins. I'm an energy healer. I'm a self-love mentor, and I'm here to assist you with helping you to actually love yourself unconditionally. And if you want to find out how you can get there, what steps you have to take, I will share that with you in this video. Okay, so loving yourself is not a doing. It doesn't involve being a certain person or doing something in order to feel loved. And instead, loving yourself is a pure, natural feeling. Loving yourself is actually the natural state of our being, and we would have it naturally and automatically if we didn't have any other beliefs in the way that say something else. We all have been conditioned, we all have gone through an upbringing that was not coming from unconditional love because our parents were not brought up with unconditional love. So our planet has experienced a conditional love for generations and generations. And therefore, we have not had the unconditional love that we as children would have loved to experience in order to unfold ourselves naturally, in order to know our own value, our own innate value that we know when we are in love. And because we were told otherwise, and the parents implied that maybe we're not good enough, or we're doing things wrong, or we shouldn't be doing this, and that's why we assumed that we are not right or good or enough the way we are. So can you see that actually it was the outside world that created the beliefs within ourselves that said, oh, I'm not good enough, I am not wanted, I'm not seen, I'm not important, I'm a nobody, nobody wants me, and all that stuff, yeah? And when we live in a world where if we could live in a world where we don't have those conditionings, we would just be our natural self. I want to just highlight that in order to love yourself, there is not something that you need to do or try to do that to get somewhere. It is more an awareness of when you are believing something that isn't actually true, like I am never seen, nobody ever hears me, I'm not important, nobody wants me, I'm not respected. All those beliefs are not true when you come from your true, innate, natural love that you are. Because your love, your inner love, would never think those things because it only knows love. Does that make sense? So when you are coming from your true self, your true natural being, you are love. So therefore there is nothing to do, right? You just are love. But what we need to do is we have to become aware when we are thinking beliefs and thoughts that are not in alignment with I am love state. And so therefore it's an unraveling of stripping away all the untrue beliefs and the limiting beliefs that we're holding in order to come back to our true, shining, radiating true self. So it's not a doing of, we don't need to get somewhere in order to be love again or to feel love again or to be loved, because that's already present. We just need to strip away what isn't true, what never was true. It's more a process of learning to become aware of what is true, of what is love and what feels like peace. Anything within us that doesn't feel good or it doesn't feel like peace is not coming from love. So whenever you're not feeling in love or in peace or in joy, you can be sure that you're coming from thinking, from your mind that's telling you something from the past maybe from your conditioning or something that you took on and you kept believing for decades and you haven't investigated whether that's actually true. Coming back to truly loving yourself means to think from love, to act from love, and to be love. And in order to think from love, we have to first investigate when we are not thinking from love. So we have to become aware. Am I now thinking from love? Is this story that I'm telling myself actually coming from the truth and therefore from love? Or am I telling myself a story? And I might be very adamant that this story is absolutely true because you've seen it in reality, but the reality that you see is created by those stories and by those old beliefs that are not investigated for their truth. So whenever you are having a problem or a challenge or an unpleasant issue, you are not thinking from love. You are coming from the mind that is telling you an untrue story. The first step is always to investigate whether our thinking and our beliefs, our assumptions are coming from the truth. And then the next step is to act from love. So when we are not acting lovingly towards other people, we are holding judgment or resentment or grudges towards other people, then we are actually holding those grudges and judgments towards ourselves. Because we are only able to project out to the world in form of thinking and acting what we hold within ourselves. So if we were just feeling and thinking from love, we would also be very loving to others naturally. If there's no thinking about it, we would just do it because we are holding an energy of true love within ourselves. Because we have practiced thinking from love, we have practiced no judgment, we've practiced to be at peace within ourselves and to be harmonious with people around us. So thinking from love is the first thing. Acting from love is the next thing that comes naturally when we've practiced to think from love. And then we will be anchored in love. We will be love. We will be aligned with love. Our natural state of being will be love again. And then we are back in true self-love. And when we've practiced those steps, we are naturally loving ourselves unconditionally without doing. It's then a feeling that arises naturally. It's just there. We don't have to do anything for that. And that is the most precious and beautiful feeling we can have. That love feels content. It's just present. There's always calm. There is stillness. There's harmony. There's ease. There is a feeling of nothing needs to be done. Everything is perfect as it is. It's just such a contentment that is rare in the normal thinking world. In the thinking world, this sort of form of contentment doesn't actually exist. Loving ourselves truly arises naturally, not through trying and doing and working hard. It arises naturally when we have stripped away everything that isn't love. In form of thinking. Usually it's just in form of thinking, and then our actions follow. And we will be naturally kinder to people. We want to help them. We are present for them. We are interested in listening to them because we don't need any more love. We don't need attention from other people. We don't need to tell our story and wanting to be right or wanting to be heard. All that is not present anymore. We are so full and happy and fulfilled in ourselves because we are basically living from our own love. That is what true love means. That is what true love is, and that is when we are truly loving ourselves unconditionally. And then, of course, we are able to love everybody else unconditionally no matter what they are doing, because we can see that their behavior that might not be very pleasant and loving is coming from pain, is coming from an unresolved issue that lies back in the past. So we can see the whole picture, and we no longer have judgment, because we can only see love, which is the most beautiful state to be in. And then we don't have any obstacles, we don't have any difficulties, we don't have any drama or disease anymore, because we are fully back in love. We are being love, and we are sending out love, and therefore we are also attracting love back to us. It's the most simplest and the most easiest state to be in, and it takes decades to come back to that state, because we have to unravel our conditioning that we experienced as children. This is the journey I've been on basically for the last 30 years, but I've also known about the fact that I am love all my life. So I was lucky I wasn't in forgetfulness, that I forgot that I am actually love. But still, my mind got so strong through the conditioning that I would absolutely believe that I'm not lovable, that I'm not worthy, that I've got zero value. And I was living like that for about 40 to 50 years of my life. It was getting better after 40, but I still had to work on it to really stop that energy and that doubting myself, and that inability to trust myself. And now I feel I have gotten there. And of course the journey goes on, and there's always more to discover and to love even more. Love is infinite. And if you are wondering how you could ever love yourself unconditionally, and you already have done lots of healing, and you still feel that there is blockages in you that you can't shake off, that's where I can come in and help you with actually reconnecting with your past self or your childhood memories that are hindering you to feel your own love. Because you can absolutely feel your own love and live your life from your own radiant true self when you don't have these blocks anymore. And I'm also working with the mental body, and I'm helping you to see where you are actually fully holding on to mental constructs that are not true and that are not coming from love. And by doing those two things, I'm helping you to unravel those energy blocks that are in the way to love yourself unconditionally, so that you can live your life from love, peace and joy, and then you can create a harmonious life the way you would love to have it. If that interests you, I will leave my email address below. You can always send me an email asking for a free discovery call to find out more the way I work with you and if it's a good fit. And if you like to ask any questions, please do so in the comments. If you want to share anything, I love to hear from you. And do please like my video if it helped you, and subscribe to my channel if you want to learn to love yourself unconditionally and be your true authentic self.